Yeah.
What is up, guys? Neo here, and today I want to talk about Battlefield 5 and whether or not I believe this title is worth buying or if you should skip it. So Battlefield 5 is obviously the newest game in the Battlefield series, set to drop in November, and it makes quite a few changes from Battlefield 1, which was a massive selling title for the series. So some of the changes that they've made from Battlefield 1 are there are no longer elite classes, there are no longer behemoths, there is no standard bullet deviation, the health regeneration system is now segmented. You cannot revive yourself to 100% all the time. They've added the attrition system, fortifications, predictive recoil, and a new Battle Royale mode.
I haven't done any fortification.
Now, there are other changes as well, but I think those have been pretty well detailed in past videos, so we'll just go with those for now. A number of the changes, elites, behemoths, etc., are features from Battlefield 1 that I think the majority of the community wasn't too happy with. So, the majority of the community will probably be pretty happy to see that they are gone here in Battlefield 5. Some of the other changes, like fortifications, the health regen segmented, attrition, they've been met by differing opinions depending on who you talk to. Some people really like them, some people really dislike them. I personally am a fan of these. It adds to squad play, it adds to team play, and makes all the classes viable, and that's one thing that I really noticed in my short time on the Battlefield 5 beta is that the two maps that we had, at least, all the classes are viable. You can make a difference for your team whether you are an assault, whether you're a recon. It doesn't really matter what class you play, you make a difference. And that too, I think, is a good change, because in previous titles, I never really felt like that was the case. In Battlefield 1, I felt like Medic was far and away the best class to pick, if only because of the health regen. You know, the weapons were viable at a variety of ranges, and they made changes along the way so that you could compete with supports and assaults. So the Battlefield 5 edition of the ability to carry a health pack is only going to make it easier to make the decision to run a different class. It's only going to make them all more viable, which is going to allow for more team play. You can have a squad with a variety of classes instead of pretty much running medics and maybe an assault to take out vehicles. Anyone who is familiar with previous videos I've put out or watched the live streams, you're probably aware of my opinion. You're probably aware of the fact that I had a lot of fun playing Battlefield 5, and that I personally do believe that this game is worth buying. Now, I did have a number of cautions about buying the game. If you look at my video, 4 Things I Love and Hate About Battlefield 5, you'll see that there are things that I do dislike about this game that I hope they address before the release. Now, what's happened since I posted that video is that DICE has said they are going to address a number of these issues, including the lighting, the UI, and the attrition system. Now, the attrition system, I believe, being the most important one. I'll just quickly discuss the changes they've talked about. So, the current system in the beta was you spawn with one magazine in addition to the one in your gun, so you have 2 magazines. You also spawn with the ability to carry a health pack, but you don't actually have it. You need to get it from a medic or a supply crate. With the changes they're making, you're going to spawn with 1 more magazine. You're going to have the capacity to carry another magazine on top of that, should you get resupplied, and you will spawn with the medic pouch. So, with all of these changes, I'm feeling pretty good about the attrition system. We'll see how it works. It is possible that this will make attrition almost negligible,
What is hitting
but I think it's still going to be an issue. I think that you're still going to want to run with a support, with a medic, and work together.
No, I didn't. I got revived.
So that has pretty much eased my concern with the attrition system.
I can't do anything about that.
Bullshit.
As for other things with this game, like as you can see, graphically it looks fairly impressive. There were a number of glitches and bugs in the beta, but it's a beta. I do expect that the current build of the game is ahead of the beta that they put out. The netcode was generally fine, but there were issues with latency and lag, which may have been due to the servers being fully stressed for the first time. So they do have time to work on that before the game is released as well. Hopefully that can be addressed. But given Battlefield 1 has generally been okay, I'm not really too concerned about that being a problem at launch. So yeah, all in all guys, I feel like this game is an improvement upon Battlefield 1. I know Battlefield 1 amongst community veterans isn't exactly the most beloved game. For those that are on the fence about it, I would say that this game, while it looks a lot like Battlefield 1, and I've heard that a lot, it doesn't really feel like Battlefield 1 as you play it. It does feel more like Battlefield 4 to me. But obviously with the improvement of graphics over time and the Frostbite engine itself. Now, of course, having said that, there is nothing saying that you guys need to buy this game at launch. If you are nervous about the launch of this game, maybe you remember the launch of Battlefield 4, or maybe you are just really underwhelmed with the direction Battlefield 1 took, and you don't want to jump into a new EA DICE game right at the get-go. There's nothing stopping you from waiting and from seeing how launch goes, and getting reviews once the final game is out, and you can get more information on all the game modes, not just, you know, the 2 that we had in the beta. The game comes out on November 20th, and by then it'll have been in early access for almost a week. So there should be plenty of information available. And honestly, if you guys feel like it is basically just a reskin of Battlefield 1, or you prefer Battlefield 4, then stick with those games. They are still viable, they're still going to have servers, and people playing them all the time. You know, give it 6 months, a year, this game will be on sale, and then you can revisit it, see where the DLC drops have come in, see how the game player base is, see any improvements that have been made, and whether or not you actually want to play the game then. So I think that covers it for this video, guys. For me, Battlefield 5 is a buy. I think it's an improvement on previous Battlefield titles. I'm really a fan of the new mechanics and systems that they've introduced in this game. I think it's going to add an element of realism and immersion without hurting gameplay, and I know that may be a controversial opinion or one that a lot of people disagree with, but for me personally it works, and I'm really excited for the release of this game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You can also reach me on Twitter at NeoBosh, or you can find me live streaming on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/NeoBosh. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe if you want to get more content like this. And make sure you hit that bell so that you will get all notifications. So, thank you guys so much, and have a good one.
I pull up and I think I killed myself with it.